Invitation is locked. That shit tripping. Oh. Yo, so you two in the bed because I just let me fix this a little bit. Let me fix this a little bit. My bad. I'm trying to fix this real quick. Yo, so I'm in the bed because I just did a bed with bed books in bed, and I was just thinking, I was like, yo, I need some help trying to figure out like what the next joint gonna be. So I got hella books. Like we just hella books here. So because I was in the bed, I was like, yo, I gotta figure out what book I should do next because I was talking about. So we got all of these. I told everybody I was gonna start trying to bring all the classics out first. This is just, yeah, this is like probably 5% of all the books I got. So I got all of these, and I'm trying to decide, still coming, trying to decide which one should I do a testimony on. Let me pull this down a little bit on my phone. Which one I should do a testimony on? I was trying to decide which one I should do a testimony on. Let me drop out of this real quick. 1 second. There we go. That better, y'all? Trying to decide what to do with testimony on. My bad. Yeah, so I was trying to decide what to do a testimony on. But I told myself let me light this bottle sometime. I told myself I was going to try to do something that wasn't finance because I've been doing a lot of like books for better finances. So go check out the books for better finance that I had. So the last books for better living that I've been doing have been like finance based. So I was like, I'm gonna tell myself, try to do something different. Try to do something that's not finance. Try to do something that's more like personal development. Because I love them both. I mean, probably equally, but so we'll see. So I got this one. This is a great book, y'all. Y'all should read this. How to Be a Billionaire. And this book right here talks about I think it goes through like maybe 7 different billionaires, and it tells their stories and the strategies that they took on how they got to where they got. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What's that? 12. So yeah, it says actually, wow, I was off. Richard Branson is the last. So it's about 16 for. Okay, so yeah, it's about 16 billionaires that they show. And that one, that's good. But once again, that's finance. So like I said, I wasn't trying to. I just had this book sitting on the side. Like I got books everywhere. I'll see if I have some money in here. They say you want to hide something, put it in the book. You want to hide something, somebody put it in the book. I be having money. I be having money in my books. I use them for like bookmarks. I call it bookmarks. So for my books, I have money in them, but I don't call them a bookmark. I call them a bookmark. No, ain't no money in that one. Sometimes I go through if I'm stuck on a page or something. I go back and I have some money. So yeah, I'm gonna probably go over one of these personal development books. This is a good book too. Road Less Traveled. That's a good book as well. This book says New Psychology of Love, Traditional Values, and Spiritual Growth. I actually came upon this book. I don't know if y'all go see my stories and not my stories, but if y'all see my YouTube in the past where I told my journey about like how I came to about reading and the different things that I did with reading. I used to go to the bookstores before I really like was financially conscious and intentional about my finances. And before I could afford to buy all the books that I wanted to buy, I would go to the bookstore and I would just read the book to the end. And I was reading a book one time, and I think I was reading a book called Focus or Memory Code. I think I was reading a book called Memory Code, which I own now, but at the time I didn't own it. And I was reading a book called Memory Code in the Barnes and Nobles. And this girl came to me. She's like, "You ever heard of this book?" And that's the book she was talking about, Road Less Travel. So lo and behold, I went back and I read this book in the bookstore. And this book right here is, yeah, it's definitely a good book, man, about love and finding love for yourself and being able to understand about boundaries and being able to understand about like how love relates to you and other people and the communication that you have. And yeah, that's a great book by M. Scott Peck. This is a good book, Roll Let's Travel. So may do that one. This is a oldie but goodie. This book inspired me so much because as a man think of, like, this book is really, the original book is on like 40 pages. And then he mixed two. And he put the Road Less Travel. I mean, he put As a Man Think Of in this book. So it's As a Man Think Of in this book, and then it's From Poverty to Power in it. So it's really thick, but like James Allen inspires me because the type of books that I write are called vademecums, and vademecum is Latin for go with me, and it's books that are made to be like quick reference books, pocket books, books that you can literally put in your pocket and just whip it out real quick and just look at it and read through it. So he inspires me because he was one of the first people, I guess, of modern day time to really like make short written books, vademecums that were like for motivational purposes or new thought or personal development. And this book is old. This is one of my original ones. I think this book is like in the 20s. This was around, I think this was before Napoleon Hill even started writing his books. What's this book? Dang, I was wrong. It was even before this. This book came out, and this first book was first published in 1901, y'all. 1901. 1901, before the Great Depression, right after the Gilded Age. It be stuff like that. It's stuff like that that inspires me so much because I'm just like, yo, 1901, that's crazy. And if you think about, if you read this book, the stuff that he's saying is timeless. It's timeless. He's still talking about it to this day. So I'm not about to go through any of it because, yeah, I'm not going to, I don't want to spoil the testimony if I do decide to do one of these. I don't want to spoil the book for Better Living by talking about how it affected my life. But yeah, this one's crazy. I might do this one though, because it's straight to the point. Like, this book is straight to the point. The thought and the fact achievement. Okay, let's just look. Just because, like, fuck it, I love having fun. I get so excited when I look at these books. I get mad excited. Okay, what else? Multimedia. So this book, the original book that he wrote, because it's actually saying that, which I didn't even know that, As a Man Think Of was written. Was it written first or after From Poverty to Power? Because they were published 2 years apart. From Poverty to Power, originally published in 1901. As a Man Think Of, originally published in 1903. But I'm guessing he wrote Poverty to Power first because it was published 2 years first. So, As a Man Think Of is only 45 pages long, y'all. As a Man Think Of is only 45 pages. Look, this is how thick that book is. Look how thick that book is. This is my book. This is one of my books. This is my book. But look how thick my book is. It's about the same. This is his book, and this is mine. Look at that. Same thickness. This is all you really need. Just this amount of thickness can change your life. But see, the thing about it is, you have to be willing to want to change your life. I don't care if you 8 years old, 9 years old, if you 20, 30, 40, 50, your whole life can change. You just got to be willing to want to change your life. Yeah. You got to be willing to want to change your life. So what I also noticed too is, hold on, let me see, what am I doing? Okay. And what I also noticed too is that Like, it doesn't really matter unless you're really open and willing. Like, you can change your life with just 45 pages if you desire to change. So that's nice. So far we got this, we got this. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Whenever this is posted, whenever I get some comments, I know nobody in my live right now, but whenever y'all can comment, put in the comments. This one right here is crazy, bro. This right here, I go back and forth as far as like what's they like. People ask you, and I don't want to say anxiety, but I think sometimes I be having anxiety when people ask me that question. They were like, hold on, I'm about to drink this LaCroix real quick. It's my favorite sound right here, y'all. I love the sound right here. When you fresh opening it. Man, that's one of the best tastes. But yeah, sometimes I have anxiety when people ask me like, what's your favorite book? Like, do you have a favorite book? And I just think like, bro, how can you say, do you have a favorite book? Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, do you have a favorite book? That's like asking which one of my kids is my favorite. I know that shit is a screen, y'all, but I swear, because it's just, I've loved them so much. Like, individually, I love each book for whatever it's taught me. But this one would have to be, like, my top 5 for sure. Top 3. I know that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, this would have to be my top 5. Because I've read books even more recently now I've read, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, this one, for instance, this one right here changed my life. All right, let me stop. Let me tell y'all something right now. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, that's 1, 2. I think I was talking a little papito about this. Okay, 3. Between these two, back and forth. But look, what's the difference? Can anybody tell me what do all of these books have in common? Let's see if I can pull them up. This. Okay. I'm going to put them up. What do all these books have in common? What is the common? All of these books have something in common. What do these books have in common? Just based off of what the title says. It's simple. But that's the one thing I realized, that what these books have in common is what makes the game of money and the game of life so much easier. But because what these books have in common is such a battle in itself, that unless you spend most of your energy focusing on that, then the game is hard. But once you realize that that's what you have to focus on the most, then the game becomes easy. But because you have to constantly focus on that, the journey for the becoming easy is not a short one. But once you figure that out, then yeah. So this one, then this one. And then this one. Might as well. This one right here, I might have to do this one. This book right here is just, everybody's heard about this dude. This dude's birthday is 2 days before mine. So I resonate so much more with what he says. I resonate so much more to what he says in this one. Like, man. Over 15 million copies sold. Can y'all see that? Over 15 million copies sold, bro. That's crazy. 15 million copies sold. Yeah, this book right here, he tells a lot of great stories. This book has a lot of history in it, too. That's crazy. I turned into this book, the first thing it says, my mammy's got to have that 50 cent. Well, what is you talking about? He says my mammy got to have that 50 cent. So, yeah. So, I'm laying in the bed, y'all, because I just did books in bed. And books in bed is pretty much where I read a book out loud on YouTube. pretty much what I would normally do before I go to sleep, but instead I just read it out loud on YouTube. And today we are continuing to read. I don't know, I have all these books down here. I don't know, I gotta find it where it said, oh, here it is. Today we're continuing to read this. So I was reading this today earlier before I got on live, and I was still laying in the bed like this. So I was like, man, let me just go ahead and finish talking about, because I'm trying to figure out what book I'm gonna read next for my Books for Better Living testimony. So I'm trying to figure that out all these. Probably gonna be one of these books. But yes, this book has some great stories about the mentality that people had about getting money, man. I think people don't, like, what gets me so confused to me is how people don't realize, like, every problem, every problem that has ever fucking existed was solved, and the answer is in the book. Every problem. Like, you can't think of one problem and the solution to that problem is in a book. Anybody can come up with any problem. And if it was ever solved, somebody who came up with it put it inside a book. Whether you're religious or not, whether you can say, well, the freedom to life is to live a godly life and a righteous life. They got plenty of books written about that. Whether you Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever you are, Christian, they all have books to solve those problems from spirituality. Then you got books that can solve mathematical problems, books that can solve diseases, ailments. It's in there. So when it I get so confused. Not even confused. I really have a lot of compassion, but I get so just like baby heartbroken when I see how people don't want to find the answers. And that's what it is. It's just people don't want the answers. People aren't ready for the answers. It's because you're just not, people aren't ready to grow. But like every problem you have, I don't care if you got a problem to trying to figure out why you thinking the way you thinking. And you might not be able to talk to your mom or talk to your dad or your cousin or brother or your wife or your husband, whatever it is. There's an answer for it in the book. Every solution that you ever need in life. And all these books in here, all I have answers. And I talk about money books because depending on how you grew up, money was either something that was talked about, kind of talked about, but people danced around the topic, or it wasn't talked about at all. So it's like, well, let's just cut through the noise and talk about something that needs to be talked about no matter what. And let's cut through the noise and talk about something that needs to be talked about and show how it relates to who you become as a person. And that's the part that's important to me. Like, let's talk about money and the relation to money and how it relates to the person that you are. And the type of person that you are reflects the type of money that you have. Not how much you have, but the type of money that you have. The type of person you are reflects the type of money that you have. And I learned that by living my life and being a certain type of person and having a certain type of money, from going from like $20 an hour, $30 an hour. You know how many people in this country don't make $30 an hour? $30 an hour. I used to think $30 an hour was a lot. And I make way more than that. You know what I'm saying? Damn near double that, really. And I used to think $30 an hour, $40 an hour was a lot. I used to think $10,000 in a check was a lot, $15,000 check. I remember the days when I used to be like, man, if I can just get a $10,000 check. Bro, I can't even count how many times I got a $10,000 check already. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, bro, it's more and more and more. And now just like, fuck it, put the limit so high. Put the limit so high to where you realizing that we need to be in a realistic world now, because you'll go on Instagram, you'll go on YouTube, and everybody driving the Ferraris, everybody's in Dubai, and they telling you these things. But people are not really sitting down and having real fucking conversations with you. They're not really telling you like what they did to do it. They're just fucking charging you this damn course and saying, hey, if you click this free seminar, then you can come to my seminar and I'll show you how I made some money. And then you get there and they didn't tell you shit. They just selling you something else. Or like you trying to watch a YouTube short or something, and the dude has this crazy weird ass music in the background and shit. And he's like flashing money. You like, bro, what did you just say? I didn't even understand anything you said. So that's why I come around. I'm like, man, let's just address it. Let's talk about like, read this book and then do this. Because I tell people to read the book because I'm just like, This will be the barrier between like how much you want it or how much you don't. That's why I say do this first. Do this first, and then if you can do this, and that's not even that's free. That's not charging you no course. That's not nothing. That's just trying to see how much you want it. Because at the end of the day, the secret is to keep it. Like, would you rather somebody give you $20,000, you blow it all, know what it felt like to have $20,000, and then have to live with that depression? Because loss is a loss. That's just how human minds are designed. Loss always hurts more than gain. Pain always hurts more than the pleasure. Because people have pleasure for there's things that make you feel good and you still feel bad. It's like, how do you feel bad from doing something that feels good? That doesn't make sense, but that's just how things work. So would you rather have the $20,000 because somebody gave it to you, and then you didn't know how to keep it, and you lost it, and now you're living with the regret of having something that you had before, and now you have an even more regret because you don't know how to get it back, or learn how to get the $20,000, keep it, and make more, or potentially lose it but still know how to get it because you learn how to get it in the first place, or learn how to get it back because you learn how to get it in the first place. So that's why I tell people, try this thing first. Read this book, but read this with the intention of saying, you know what, I'm gonna do what it says blindly. Because most people don't do things because they're afraid. So you can't be fearful and you can't be faithful. You have to be one or the other. If you're fearful, you can't be faithful at the same time. They just don't mix. They the biggest ops ever. Them niggas is ops. So it's like, if you fearful, you cannot be faithful. And any sign of doubt is going to show in the face of any faith. It's going to reveal its face every time. So you have to be able to read this stuff and then try it undoubtedly after you say, okay, I'm going to just try it. Have your doubts in the beginning, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard from Jim Rohn, man. He's one of the greatest people who I believe life has changed my life. And he says that, like, yeah, be a student. Don't be a follower, but make sure you listen to things, but try it out on your own in your way. So in your mind, anything you hear, be like, okay, that makes sense. It don't make sense. I'm going to try it this way, but always doubt some things in the beginning. But then once you lose all the doubt and you commit, fully commit. And that's what I was. I was doubtful about things because I want to learn things and try things out. But once you try things out, you have to commit. You have to commit. You have to decide. And once you commit and decide, then you'll know it worked for you or it won't work for you. And then another thing, you have to be able to persevere to stick things out. People don't stick things out long enough to see if it's going to work. Like Myron Golden said, he said something that was fire. He said most people aren't bad enough long enough to be good enough at something. And it's like most people don't be bad enough at something into the point to where they so bad at it that they work on it so long that they eventually become good at it. It's like before people even work on it to become good at it, they give up on it. So any problem you have can be solved in a book. Any money problem you have can be solved in a book. I'm living active. And my goal is to get people just like me with their financial compass in the right direction. I'm not rich. I'm far from rich. But my financial compass is in the right direction. And that's all that matters. Because you can look up one day and you will look back and be like, damn, I've been going the wrong way for 5 years. You have two choices. Keep going the wrong way or change direction and go into a different direction. But see, most people are wondering why they're getting the results they're getting because they're not realizing they're going in the fucking wrong direction. So if your financial compass is in the right direction, at least you know it's only a matter of time. Isn't that like, I think that's one of the greatest statements that somebody can tell you. Like if somebody right now can say, look, I'm going to show you your future real quick. But once you see this future, you just got to realize it's only a matter of time. I guarantee you people have so much more faith and more perseverance. But see, once again, it goes back to what I said earlier, the faith versus the fear. You can't be fearful. Because if somebody can predict your future and do one of the things, remember the Christmas and shit, the ghosts of Christmas past, the ghosts of future and all that. If you can do like the little Christmas ghost and somebody said, I'm going to just tap your brain real quick and I'm going to show you your future. This is what's going to happen. But it's going to happen if you believe it's going to happen. And you got to live your life out every day like it's going to believe it's going to happen. A lot of motherfuckers will still give up and don't even get to that future because they still doubt it, even though they seen it. They seen it with their own eyes. So you got to kind of finesse yourself and have that much faith to where you just like, cool, I'm fully committed. I'm going to move through. I'm going to move forward. And I'm going to make sure that no matter what I go through, I'm going to keep moving forward and live in that future, knowing that it's up to me to be able to truly make it come true. Those are keys, y'all. Those are keys. And I really learned them shits because focusing on the right direction is what made the difference. And that's why I feel like these books can help people go into the right direction. These books can help people go in the right direction. And plus, you got to figure out what you want. The Millionaire Next Door. That's another one. We're going to try that one out, too. I got a few more minutes, and I'm going to get off. This one right here is crazy, because this one right here makes you realize it's like, you can still be a motherfucker who work at like as a manager at Walmart, and you can get rich by the time you turn like 50 and stuff, 45. And see, most people hear like, oh, 50, 45. And then they're like, oh, I don't want to wait that long. The time is going to pass anyway. You up here rushing and getting mad that you got to be rich by 50. Most likely you ain't going to be rich ever before you die. So would you rather be rich by the time you 50 and die at 70, or be broke as fuck and die at 70? Any smart person will be like, I'd rather be rich at 50. But see, people's minds are programmed, they're not in the right direction. Your mind is not going in the right direction because you're psyching yourself out on what it takes to get to the thing that's desired. But this book here talks about that. It talks about like just how the person that you're living next door to is a millionaire. You couldn't even tell they was a millionaire because they did certain things, like became frugal and saved their money and stuff. This book right here, this book made me feel like, yo, I'm fucking up. This one, because this book is actually written by the son. I think it's written by is it written by the daughter? It might have been written by the daughter, actually. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, my bad, because he has a daughter. So, it was written by a guy, and then it was written by, this version is his daughter's version, and him. So, his book is The Millionaire Next Door, and his daughter wrote The Next Millionaire Next Door. The Next Millionaire Next Door, yo. Crazy book. This book right here, like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, this book right here made me, I ain't gonna get into the testimonies, like I said. This is just me running through the books to see which book I might do a potential testimony on. But like, yo, yeah, that was crazy. What else? Did I go through everything? Oh, personal development. See, I keep talking about money books. That's all. What the hell is this in here? Oh, I thought it was just some money. That's a bad thing. Yo, this book right here is crazy. Everybody heard about this one, a goodie. Oldie but a goodie. I got like three, 4 copies. I actually work for this company. I actually work for the Dale Carnegie Company. Good people, good energy. Definitely a book like, and this right here, I work for this company and I'm still so far from mastering the principles in this book, bro. Like, oh my God, bro. Like this book right here, like I gotta go back. Like I didn't even get to get my certificate because I ended up having to stop working for them before I got my certificate. Cause you know, the certificate be like thousands of dollars and I got it for free because I was working there, but some little family shit came up to where I had to slide. But I'm gonna definitely go back and get this book. This is a goodie but oldie too. This book was written in like the 1930s and shit, in the middle of the Great Depression. And like they was coming up with shit like this during the hardest times. That's why I be telling my kids, like, man, every generation getting softer, and nothing against y'all because y'all didn't ask to be here. The younger generation didn't ask to be here. But every generation getting softer because the parents before them is having an easier life. But hardship did something to human beings. Hardship does something to us. It molds us into certain type of characters. That's where the word character came from. The word character, I think, is Greek for chisel. It's like to chisel something and chip away. And if you chisel and sculpt something, you get a sculpture. You get something that's shaped and built after a certain amount of time. And these principles was built during a time was probably the roughest time in American history, close to modern. Yeah, that's modern day history because it was the 1900s. It was the 20th century. So to see what he came up with and these principles and this thinking during this time when people couldn't eat, kids was fucking working. Imagine right now, 2024, you 17, you 16 years old, and you got your little brother, he's 6, and he working in the damn steel mine. I mean, he working in a steel production plant. That's crazy. You see a little kid with black soot all over their face, 7 years old, working like a 30-year-old man. That's crazy. But see, people don't think about that. This is literally the same world, y'all. This is literally, and you know what? That was almost 100 years ago. We pushing up on 2030. That was almost 100 years ago. We pushing on 2030. That's almost 100 years ago. So to me, it's crazy. Imagine a little kid around that time having to go through that. Yeah. I don't know. I sit back and think about stuff like that. Yeah, it's powerful. But yeah, this book right here and the principles in this book right here, it's still like something I'm trying to wrap my head around. Cause the stuff that pretty much what he's saying, and I'm not gonna get into it. Like I said, I'm not gonna do a testimony about it. But like the fact that he's saying is like you gotta be, the thing that you do is that you gotta make it about the other person. Like if you can obsess with another person, as in obsessing with making them feel important, the influence that you have on that person and the connection that you have, it's like life changing. And that's the hardest part. Everybody wants to talk about themselves. So if everybody wants to talk about themselves, who's gonna be the one person that makes it about somebody else? And if you can be the person to make it about somebody else, then you broke the mold. You broke through. It's like you got the cheat code. So that's the crazy part about it. All right, I think I done ran through them all, y'all. I guess I've made their mind. Oh, this book is something. I just brought this out because I had it over there. Oh yeah, look, got $1 enough. Told you I was just like, I be having money in my book. Yeah, I told you I be having a little bookmark in there. You know what I'm saying, for motivation. So when I'm reading the book, I'm like, okay, I got the bread and motivated. Yeah, this book is crazy too. I don't know if y'all are big quantum physics fans, but yes, just wanted to come on here. Just got done reading this one. I'm about to read this one all over again. Just got done reading this one. I'm about to read this one over again. This one was crazy. This one right here made me feel like I got so much work to do, bro. Shouts out to Daniel Priestley. Shouts out to Myron Golden for reminding me to get into this book again. I first heard about this book from Alex Hormozy, though. I ain't gonna cap. But then Myron Golden had him on the show, on one of his shows, and I was like, man, I need to go get it because I wanted to get it when I heard it from Alex Hormozy. Yep, got money in here. Got money in this book, too. Shit, I got euros in this book. You know what I'm saying? We going to Europe with it. You know what I'm talking about? Mama La España. So, look, euro on that side, dollar on that side. Reminder. But, yeah, y'all. Just wanted to come on here real quick. Catching vibes. I'm going to get better and better with my videos, my thumbnails. But, yeah, go tap in. Okay, appreciate it. Like, who's that? Probably my little poppy. But, yeah, appreciate the likes, y'all. Appreciate the love. Definitely gonna get better with my books in bed. Better with my books for better living. Better with the vibes in general. So yeah, check. I still ain't decided yet. look, I brought all these books out, y'all. And I still ain't one that I'm gonna do a books for better living for. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me if y'all see this. If y'all see this, whoever comes in later on, if y'all watch it later on. So what y'all think? What y'all want to hear a testimony about? All these books have changed my life, so we just changed it, man. So these books can change your life. So these so far, these are just what I got. But then I got more in this hand. And y'all, I wonder if y'all gonna tell me what these books have in common. I just want to, in my opinion, I really be wanting like people to have a conversation. Me like, how rich do you want to get? Do you really want to get rich? Because YouTube be on some bullshit. YouTube be having ads all the time. I promise y'all one thing. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I promise y'all one thing. I promise to never get to the point to where I have to rely on YouTube ads to get money, bro. Like making a YouTube ad. Like I don't ever want to have to do that shit. I don't ever want to have to do it, bro. I loathe YouTube ads. I cannot stand them shits. And if I can become 100 millionaire without having YouTube ads, I feel like I did something special. I cannot stand fucking YouTube ads. I cannot stand them. Even with premium, the fact that they there is just annoying me. Even if we're fucking premium, I don't have to see them. I just don't like them. So we got these and these. And once again, I want y'all to tell me, what do these have in common? Because I'm going into the winter time, and I'm about to start doing a whole bunch of raffles just for the hell of it. And I'm not doing no bullshit ass raffles. If you win, you fucking getting the money and you getting the prize. I did that shit 2 years ago for all of Christmas, and that shit was fun. And this. What do these 4 books have in common? I might go on IG and post that too, and be like, whoever can tell me and write me a paragraph about what these books got in common, I'll cash app you a smooth $100 right now. It ain't shit, but because I don't think nobody gonna get it. So I don't mind. $100 ain't shit. What do these 4 books got in common, y'all? I need to ask my little Poppy. Poppy, you on here? You on live? Look, what do these 4 books got in common? But yeah, if y'all seeing it, tell me. Oh, what's up, dude? Poppy, can you tell me what these books got in common? Can you? I can't leave the what they got in common? Can you read them? What these books got in common? This. Then this. I'm gonna do it on Instagram too, Poppy. And then this. And then this. But yeah, thank you for coming on, Poppy, right before I got off. I was about to get off too. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna decide, y'all should be seeing soon what I will be doing for my Books for Better Living. Okay, all right, those some good pointers. That's close. Those some good pointers. All right, Poppy, I'm about to get off live. I love you. Come over there and give y'all some besos. But yeah, YouTube, if y'all are seeing this, tell me what y'all think these books have in common. Tell me which one y'all think I should do for my Books for Better Living. And yeah, we'll see. If people say anything, if not, before I post it, should be posting it up in a couple of days, a week at max. I'm trying to do 1 to 2 videos a week, so we'll see. All right, y'all, remember to write y'all, stay well, be conscious, and write y'all world into existence. Oh yeah, can't forget this one. Gotta plug that one. That's on Amazon. That's by yours truly. Amazon, Target, Barnes and Nobles, etc.